So, first performance is coming from Pocket Renaissance. Pocket Renaissance is an annual summer arts program for teens held in Racing's own Black Eyed Press studio. The Pocket Renaissance team consists of 7 teens, we have 2 of them with us today, who are passionate about written and visual art. This past July was Pocket Renaissance's sophomore season. That means second year. The teens met with professional artists and writers, took field trips to important local art destinations, and created 2 collaborative book projects which are both available at their headquarters, the Black Eyed Press, which is next door. They're also available here tonight for, I think, $3 and $5 respectively, though. Pocket Renaissance is all about inspiring and enlightening young artists and writers, and about putting art and community back in the same sentence. Please welcome up the future of the art world, Pocket Renaissance.
Awesome.
What's your name?
That's a good one. My name's Elliot. I am founder/co-founder of Pocket Renaissance. Started when I had the idea, why is there nowhere where teens can publish without getting pen names and hacking the system? So here's a poem I did during the program this year, and it's called Addiction. Sucked up in the endless nostalgia, lost in 10,000 last hurrahs. Every time you say, one last time, is another surrender. You sell your soul for a dime. Black and white, day and night, dark and light, they blur together. Addiction is like a spider web. The more you struggle, the more hopelessly tangled you get. Okay, these poems are from a chapbook I did a while back, and mostly focuses on culture, real world, fake world sort of deals. I apologize if you've heard these ones before, but it's all I got at the moment. Hey Hollywood, shut up! I've heard way more than enough. Your worldview is seeping through the screens, the signs, the lights you brew. The media has fooled the nation, this drunken, tainted generation. Hey Hollywood, back up. You know nothing of true love, save the love of making money. You're drowning in your cash flow running. You're selling out, but I'm not sold. Your digital dream gets old. Hey Hollywood, I've heard. Movie magic is a curse, but only if we do not know. Fiction litters all the shows. Hey Hollywood, guess what? You're wrong. And I totally forgot to check the time before I started, so I don't know if I'm going over, under when I finish this, but whatever. Stop laughing at me. Oh, Nick. Okay, this next poem sort of goes with the last one. Dear celebrity, I am like you the way a weed is like a rose. The way a raven is like a dove. The way a moth is like a butterfly. But I'm not inferior. I'm not limited to some skin-deep perfection. I don't have to be anyone's hero or anyone's fool. All I have to be is me. And I pity you, Mr. or Mrs. Perfect Person. See, the problem with perfection is once you get there, where else are you going to go? You can only strain to maintain until the money and fame drives you insane. I couldn't live like that. You know the problem with selfishness? For the world to revolve around you, you have to be on the outside. Looking in on the inside while we all have a good old time. You take yourself so seriously that you become your own parody. But you know what? You're nothing. You're an old goldfish waiting to go down the toilet. You're a bug on the windshield. Everyone looks right past you until finally my prayer is answered and you realize that there's more to life. God bless you, because you're going to need it. Sincerely, your biggest fan. Okay, and since I'm up here, I'm going to call up the next performer. If I had to describe her poetry, I'd say it was... No, forget it. She has the ability, on her own, to take her words, and if you close your eyes, she will take you to somewhere you have never been before. Please, with a round of applause, welcome up the amazing Arabian, Manar Muhammad.
Thank you, Elliot. So, most of these poems that I'm going to be reading today are from the two books that we worked on in Pocket Renaissance. So the first one I'm going to start with is from the black and white book that you guys can find in the back. It's called Opinionated. I open my mouth, you shake your head. I raise my hand, you pretend I'm not there. I try to think, you convince me not to. I try to be me, and you try to change that. Who are you to think that you have the power to silence me? Who are you to declare the difference between good and bad? Who are you to think you can say when black is black and white is white? Who are you to say my opinion doesn't matter? Maybe the truth is, you're afraid to say that I'm right. This other one is called What Lies Beyond. I brace myself, ready to be struck by a dream. I find myself gazing at the distant horizon, a vast image that appears to be years away. A black abyss capable of holding anything. A sweet fragrance fills my insides. I look around me, taking in the wide field of white flowers that engulfs me. Beauty that doesn't require color to be expressed. Until my eyes follow the path of flowers, until they stop at the edge of the horizon, an edge I could fall off of or fall in love with. I do not know what lies beyond this cape of darkness, should I be left to my assumptions. The real world is not much different. People tend to lose curiosity, to judge others based on what they see, instead of what they learn themselves. What they seem to forget is that beauty lies within. It may just take longer to dig that deep. Giving up should never be an option, for the beauty you'll unravel once you've dug deep enough might just be worth all the work. The soft white petals sway in the wind. The breeze tickles my fingers, kisses my cheeks. It pushes me forward to where the horizon invites me in, to discover indescribable beauty masked by the darkness, making me long for reality to be this stunning. When I come to open my eyes, awakening from this dream, I find that my eyes have been open all along, this dream not a dream at all. This next one is called Outside of My World. I see a world that others don't. To me it is moving, it is alive and breathing. The heart's in it beating as fast as mine. I see people's arms move forward and back with every step they take. I hear every child's laugh that echoes in the street, before it is covered with the sound of hooves hitting the pavement. I see the tightly wrapped fingers on the horse's reins of the man in control of the carriage. Others don't see this world. To them it is a painting on the wall, a blur of people who the artist didn't feel like giving detail. They see the painting as an unmoving image, hearing only the sound of their own heart. They don't notice that the dark sky is not painted black, that it is actually a deep shade of purple. They notice the specks of bright gold, yet don't care to see that it isn't only a color that brings life to the image. They don't see the smile of the child in the distance, or that it is raining. They don't feel the drops of water on the tips of their fingers, because after all, it's only a painting. I see a world that others don't, a world beyond the frame, gripping the wall for dear life. To me, it is a window of opportunities I long for. I see the eyes of the man on the horse-drawn carriage, winking at me under his hat, inviting me to join him for a ride. As tempted as I am, I'm too terrified to reach for the window, afraid that I might be sucked in. It's not that I wouldn't want to live there. I just don't know if I'd ever want to come back. So this one's called Blurred Vision. It's from the other black and white book. It's also in the back. Human beings have blurred vision. They see the world as a vast arena, containing events that only occur in dreams. To them, the world is a weary image, the most unclear shade of gray. To them, everything is just a mesh of color, leaving the shades of black and white never to be found. Human beings see obscure images because they choose to see the world in gray, refusing to separate the world into black and white, blinding themselves from knowing the difference between good and evil. They choose to see the world in gray, for it is easier to be ignorant than to acknowledge the evil in the world. They choose to see the world in gray, for it is better than seeing the world in black, and impossible to see the world in white. This last one is called Image in My Mind. I awaken every morning, fall asleep every night, with the same image in my mind. An image that soothes my soul, glues me together when I'm in pieces. An image so dear to me it could be from the inside of my heart, inside every artery and vein, in every blood cell that circulates in my being. An image that is hard to describe, maybe even harder for you to understand. Maybe you'll get it if I tell you it's my morning and night. It is in my dreams and in my reality. A dream so real I try reaching for it, a reality too far to reach. It is my past and my future. It sleeps soundly in my memories, breathes slowly and softly, as if it will only come to life when I'm there once again. If I wanted to paint this image, I'd paint the green olive trees, with leaves that are soft yet rough. I'd darken their roots to show you just how strong their bark is. I'd paint the brick houses that have withstood every rainfall and every dry summer day. I'd paint the scraping paint on the fences, because my hand brushed that fence every day. And every day I watch the pieces sink down the drain, as I wash my hands of them. I paint every stone in the ground and every inch of dirt, because they aren't filthy, they're pieces of my home. Like my fingers and nails are pieces of me. I paint the silver doorknobs that have been there for decades, and show you the rusty metal key in the palm of my hand. The key that stays the same with every door it opens. The same key my great-grandmother hid in her breast pocket when she had no choice but to leave her home years before, in hope that they'd return one day. I paint the cracks in the streets, the old cars that rattle past our house every day, the young children playing in the same house their grandparents lived in, and most of all, I try to describe the scent of fresh air I woke up to every morning, mixed with the fragrance of morning tea, tinted with mint leaves plucked from our garden. I describe the cooing of the morning doves as we ate breakfast every morning, because those are all the things that make this image mine. Its memories alive in my soul. Its scent still the same when I wake up to every morning and fall asleep to it every night. Thank you.